Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian Report, and working with the ASX and CBA. So starting with ASX on the daily chart here, we're pretty much on track in that we were looking for a low, as you know, and then a move up, and that's all in play. That's nice. And we're looking at this little box here, which is the 50 at the lower end and the 61.8% at the higher end here for this move down here. So the 61.8% is just above the 5.8 area here. So that's what we're looking at here for a retracement. Once that's into play here, then we'll be looking for a move back down into this area here for wave C here. Now, I've got this move down here counting as 5 waves down here, but if I'm wrong, I need to know where I'm wrong, because we are looking for this particular wave 4, and it could certainly be at this space here. So if that is the case here, then we would need to see the complete structure here in 5 waves, and then we would need to see an ABC back, and then we could start to build into the long side from that point. Okay, so it's not like we're going to miss it, but I just do need to point out that if this is some sort of A, B and C structure down to this point here, because we're quite close to the level here, do you know what I mean? If we were up here, then I wouldn't be so concerned, but because we're right where we should be down here, you know, this wave 4 here could be a concern. So as I mentioned, if we do get a 5-wave structure to the upside here, then I know that we're going to have a correction here anyway as an ABC pattern here, and then we'll pick it up on this side over here when it picks up through here. Okay, so it's not that we're going to miss it, but we just need to know that it's there and what we're going to do about it. Okay, so that's the first step. So our job really now is to look at this move here to the upside here, and that's what we're going to do at this stage. There is another scenario for all this in a bigger bearish picture, which I should just point out now, which actually has this as wave 1 here and wave 2, wave 2 here, and then a wave 3 down here. But I don't see the US markets doing that at the stage. But when I look at Westpac and the banking sector, this is a possibility, you know, so I've got it labelled as a possibility for that. But we'll just see how we go. We've got options here, and we need to go step by step, because this whole move up here, I've got it as wave 3 here. It can be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, because it hasn't taken out the top yet, and this also, you know, appears to be an impulse wave here, so we could be on the right track of having wave 1 here and wave 2 here. We won't miss that either on the downside. All we've been waiting for is this bounce off this area here, so we'll just go step by step. So with those sort of counts in mind, we can just come in here and have a look at a few things now. So in this scenario here, we've got our A wave in here, and we got in on the low quite nicely, I felt, and then we're looking for a move up. I had a little bit of trouble with this here, and I still got a little bit of trouble with it, and we'll investigate that further, and we'll compare that to CBA. This move here obviously is really quite strong. You know, it's got the personality of a third wave, but at the same time now it's going to meet the supply. The supply just means the sellers, the volume, and so on. So we know that the 5.8 here was once the support and then the resistance here. So we can expect it to you know, to struggle at this point. There wasn't really good sort of support here, so it was really just the price point, psychological, more so than the actual volume that was holding that down at this point. So the real volume block in this would be, if we have a look at the price action, would be sort of in this little block here. So, you know, this market, it could come up higher than we expect it to here as well, and we'll be sort of tracking that. But at the moment, I'm going to be working 2 counts here, and also with CBA, but It does fit quite nicely as an A wave to here, then a B wave to here, and then looking for 5 waves up here. And in this 5 waves here, obviously we've got a nice strong third wave here, so we'd see like a fourth and a fifth come up into here, and then we'll see it sort of work to the lower side from that point there. So yeah, let's sort of move in a little bit closer now with this. So just on the hourly chart here, that's how I've got it here. So I've got it, yeah, well, just like it is actually. So looking at it, yeah, up for 1, back for 2, all the way up for 3 and 4 and 5 into this space here. And let's see how we go. I know it's going to slow down into this space. That's for sure. You know, it's already had its sort of run here, and you can see that it's sort of tiring out here on this hourly chart here. From here, we really go into the to the tick chart. But before we go to the tick chart, I want to go into CBA. So I'm just going to drag CBA across here. So with CBA, we're also looking for a low in this space over here as well. And it's quite, while we're here as well, we've got 80 here, but this number 8 here, this 78 here, when the market's basically working, you know, with a large number, these are the first numbers that it really works with in a bigger way. Is the number 8, which is below the level, so 78, and then we'll also look at 1, 2, and 3 here as well. So when we're looking at 1, 2, and 3 here as minor levels here, minor level 1, 2, and 3 is 81, 82, 83. We've also got the 50-60% retracement level here. We've also got a gap over here. We know that this market likes to close its gaps. So this may end up going a bit higher as well. Now this count here, coming up through here, counts more like an impulse wave than a corrective wave, you know. So if I go into the tick chart, we can go and have a look at that. But one of the first things here is the 50-60% retracement level here at 83, which is the top of group 1. So this is going to be significant here. So I still expect this market to move up higher through here. So let's just go into the tick chart here. This is 100 ticks, and this is the low area here. So I can see we've got this 5 wave structure in here, and then we've got the ABC coming back. So I've just labelled it wave 1 and 2 here, and then this also counts as 5 waves as well. So it's best if I label that 1 and that 2 here, and the same as this here, wave 1 here and 2 here, and 3 here and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here for the third wave. So I still see the 4th wave to come into play, and still the 5th wave up here. So I think that you know, there's a few things that we can look at here. We're in a bullish pattern, so we can look at the bullish weekly cycle, which would see the bear day on the Thursday, okay, tomorrow. So we'll see midweek high on the Wednesday, and then Thursday can create this particular drop here, and then we'll see Friday and Monday up, which will take us, don't worry about these here, will take us, in fact we don't need that. I'll keep those, borrow that. See, the thing here is, we are looking for, it is appearing that we're getting 5 waves up here, and if that's the case, then we'd need to look at that as the A wave up here, and then we'd be looking for an A and a B and a C wave back here for wave B, and then we'll look for wave C up through to this area up here. Don't need that. We'll leave those little guys there. They'll be handy a little bit later on. But it'll be something like that. That we'll be looking at here. Something like this. So I'll just save that. So we can still trade bullish, but what you need to be mindful of is Thursday being the bearish day in one way or another. It may be from this top here, or it may be from this top here, depending on how this moves up here today. But yeah, still need to maintain being long here until the opening on Thursday or the closing on Wednesday night. So I'm just going to save that, and then we're going to go back and, you know, understanding this movement up here in these series of 1s and 2s here, and then this third wave here. And I think this is the correct way to count it, because, you know, this little move in here would be the third of the third of the third, so it would have wave. This is what Elliott people look for as the best trade, as wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. So it's really the third of the third of the third, and then of the third here, and that's where the gaps come. All the gaps come in the third waves, but in this case here, I can see, because it's gapped here, it's very natural for it to do that. That's the most powerful part of the wave structure. So what we can also do as well is pretty much consider this the center of this structure moving up here, okay, being the center here. So then really the beginning of the structure here is if you flip this over, these are 1s and 2s here, but if you flip them over, then they become the 3s and the 4s up here, the 4s and the 5s up here. So yeah, there'll be overlapping wave structures in that section. So taking that in mind, and now looking at this here, if we go to the tick chart here, be also 100 ticks as well, you can see that I've still got the A wave here and the B wave here, and then the C wave going up there. But apart from that, because that's a count that I can't just ignore, but here I can count wave 1, wave 2, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, then up for 1 here with an impulse wave here, an A and a B and a C back here, and then moving up from that way there. I could put this wave 3 here and this one here, which is probably more correct in this regard here. This is probably how this pans out here. This is already, remember, this is already priced in here. Something like this here, that was 50 points, so that will be 30, 50, yeah, a little bit higher here. So yeah, so Thursday could bring us this wave 4 here, and then wave 5 can be this one here. But what that does as well, we need to work out, is this the, you know, is this the C wave up here as the A, the B, and the C wave to this point, or do we have an impulse wave to the upside? So there's still work to be done, but just know that on the stock side, we'll be looking for a higher close today, and then a bearish day on the Thursday. And also too, with Wednesdays, it might sound a little bit quick, but there's you can get some profit taking occurring in the morning session. So just be mindful of that, but the afternoon should close higher. All right, cheers.